Welcome to the channel. My name is Grizzy and today we have a brand new Apex Legends video. Are you hyped for season 13, guys? With the addition of a new season, of course we get to welcome a new legend to the games, and this season's legend is Newcastle. In today's video, I will explain Newcastle in detail and will also provide my own opinion and tips to help you hit the ground running as soon as Season 13 drops. Will Newcastle shake up the meta in Apex Season 13? Well, let's find out. First off, in order to understand how much or if Newcastle will shake up the game at all, we need to go into detail regarding his three abilities. Newcastle's passive is called Retrieve the Wounded. With this ability, Newcastle will use his wrist-mounted revive shield to protect himself and his downed teammate from incoming shots while he revives and pulls the teammate to safety. The revive shield is powered by Newcastle's own knockdown shield, so make sure you always give Newcastle the best knockdown shield you can find. Do you remember how good Lifeline's rush shield was at the very beginning of Apex, when you could revive and use that shield as cover and then stop the revive and shoot back? This thing could be huge for Newcastle. Now, his tactical ability is called the Mobile Shield. He can create a hovering energy shield and can control the movement of the shield to adapt to the changing positions and for different situations in combat. You could use it to push a position, continually follow you as you're trying to retreat, or you can even turn the cover to a different angle as someone is trying to change their angle and flank you. Lastly, his ultimate is called the Castle Wall. With this ability, Newcastle grabs his shield from his back and leaps into the air and slams the shield into the ground. This activates the immediate construction of a massive fortress and gives his allies a strong position to hold. If enemies are close, they are knocked back, and enemies that try and push through his energized wall are slowed. I think the actual coolest and most broken part about this ability is the actual jump. It reminds me a lot of the Titan class in Destiny. This ability actually gives Newcastle an ability with mobility, and you could use this thing to quickly move to push an enemy, you could use it to quickly jump out of harm's way, and you can immediately have that cover around you or an injured teammate that might not be even that close to you. With these three abilities in mind, it seems like Respawn has taken pieces from a couple other legends and mixed them into one. Newcastle resembles a Gibraltar, kind of with his tactical, Rampart with his ultimate and his tactical, and then Lifeline with her revive abilities. But now that we have covered his abilities, let's talk about the best way to utilize these abilities in-game to maximize your team's success. Tip 1, unlike some other defensive legends like Caustic or Rampart or Watson, Newcastle is a mobile defensive legend. This means that you should be prepared to use your ultimate quickly to jump towards a teammate when they're in need. That means Newcastle can take a little bit more aggressive angles than maybe like a Caustic, because if he gets caught out, he can jump towards his team with his ultimate ability and then have that cover quickly there. Tip 2 is to make sure that Newcastle has first dibs on a strong knockdown shield. This will provide him and his teammate with much more cover and defense as he's trying to retrieve his down squad mate. Now, after those tips, let's go more in detail about his tactical. The shield is divided into two separate parts. There's an upper part, it covers up the head and his chest, and the lower part covers up the legs. They can be broken individually, so enemies can either shoot to break the top to expose the head, which will allow Newcastle and his allies to duck underneath to the lower cover, or they can break the bottom to shoot the legs for more reliable damage. The shield provides some extra protection, but it's far from invincible and will be destroyed fairly quickly if subjected to a lot of fire from multiple enemies. Don't just give the enemy time to burst down that shield. Use that as a distraction, play it as cover, peek in, peek out, maintain the aggression, and fight around it to give yourself the greatest chance to win. Lastly, we're going to cover a couple tips with his ultimate ability, and that's the Castle Wall. Now, Newcastle can target nearby allies that are out in the open with his ultimate ability. This will allow Newcastle to leap much higher and further to get back towards his team. Kind of like Mercy and how she can fly towards her teammates and her allies in Overwatch, Newcastle can get there quick to help out. Slamming down into the ground to create the castle wall doesn't damage enemies, but it will knock them back away from that ultimate ability. Now do keep note that Newcastle's wall doesn't wrap all the way around the back, so just like Rampart's shield, you need to be wary of people trying to flank. Other abilities like Bangalore's ultimate, Gibby's ultimate, Mad Maggie, all these things can push Newcastle and his teammates out behind that castle wall, so just be wary of the counterplay. And then lastly, this castle wall is electrified like Watson and her fences. If an enemy touches it, they're damaged and slowed for a short time, so use that to your advantage. So ultimately, how good will Newcastle be? Will he shake up the meta? I think he will be a good pick and a good addition to the game since he can have so much utility with his mobility and moving shield. I also think that Newcastle is going to be a very difficult legend to master and play at the highest level. I like it when they give us a legend that requires more than just one click of a button to have some busted ability like Bloodhound. I personally think Newcastle will be a very solid and good legend, and you'll just really have to learn the intricacies of his kit to really master that legend. Will he be good as Gibraltar? Unless they nerf Gibby this season, I really don't think so. Gibby's bubble takes unlimited damage unlike Newcastle's defenses, and Gibby's ultimate ability forces other teams' movement. Gibby's revive, in my opinion, is also better than Newcastle's because he revives faster in the bubble, and also the bubble has unlimited health and can't be destroyed. Newcastle with a white knockdown could easily get shredded through that knockdown as he's trying to revive his teammates. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this meta totally shakes out when Apex Season 13 releases, but I feel like Newcastle will be a solid B+ to A tier legend this season. The new season drops May 10th, so be sure to check it out. Also stay tuned for tons of more Apex content, especially character guides and tips and tricks from my channel to help to get you on that championship banner. So guys, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on this video, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Grizzy, and I'm out. Peace.